sugar beet is making a return to Ireland. In 2006, Ireland closed its last remaining sugar factory in Mallow. Sugar production was worth an annual €150 million to Irish farmers. It had been an Irish industry for over 80 years, with 3,700 growing sugar beet, and at the time of the closure 320 people were employed in the plant. The managing director of Irish Sugar at the time was Dr. Sean Brady. But the Mallow shutdown was deemed unlawful after a 2010 audit, which found the decision to close had been based on dated and selective information, working from 2001 rather than 2005. Take a look at this RTE News report from November 2010.
The closure of the Greencore sugar factory in Mallow 4 years ago may not have been necessary, according to the European Court of Auditors.
Despite demonstrations to keep it open, the Mallow sugar plant closed 4 years ago with the loss of 240 jobs. The shutdown followed the closure of the Carlow sugar factory a year earlier. But this afternoon, the European Court of Auditors in Luxembourg, in a highly critical report, said the reforms were based on out-of-date information. It says Europe has now become a net importer rather than a net exporter of sugar, and that reductions in sugar price were not passed on to the consumer. The Court of Auditors described the Mallow plant as large, modern and potentially efficient. Resulted in the complete closure of the Irish sugar industry, which had been operating here since the very early days of the state.
Fine Gael Agriculture, Fisheries and Food spokesperson was none other than Andrew Doyle. He said the report leads to the inescapable conclusion that the government of the time was asleep at the wheel. Minister Doyle, you are responsible for the Irish Greyhound Board, and your department has overseen the destruction of Harold's Cross. Yesterday you laughed at our industry in Dale when TDs were asking you questions. In your own words from 2010, I now have a question for you. Are you asleep at the wheel? Please remember Dr. Brady was the managing director of Irish Sugar when it shut down. Is he the correct man to be saving our industry? Dick O'Sullivan was appointed chairman of the Irish Greyhound Board in 2005. He retired in 2010. However, during that period many poor decisions resulted in almost bankrupting the greyhound industry. Dick O'Sullivan came from the racehorse industry, and now you parachute in Dr. Sean Brady to save the greyhound game, and guess what? He has a thoroughbred connection. Did you know he was appointed a director of the Irish National Stud in 2010, and he holds that position up to the present time? Please remember, history has a knack of repeating itself. Firstly, Dr. Sean Brady likes closing things, but time has proven he is not always correct. Secondly, appointments from the racehorse industry have not had a good track record in the Irish Greyhound Board. Minister, take your own advice. Do not be asleep at the wheel.